How exciting. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. How exciting. It's my first live on YouTube, but it's my first live on Instagram. So I'm just going to go with the flow. So let me take my glasses off. I'm so excited. What's popping? What's up? Got that got that topo in my cup. Happy Juneteenth. Happy last day of spring. Happy summer solstice. Happy longest day of the year. Happy what listen, do what you're gonna do. Just be a brand new boo. Be a brand new you. So without further ado, we're going to look at the summer solstice spread. And what I love about the summer solstice is today is one of the longest days of the year. And because we live on two different hemispheres, on this hemisphere and this north, because we're in America, we are in summer. And in our southern hemisphere, and I believe it's like Australia and all those other baddies, they're in winter. So I love that two things can exist at the same time. And I love that even though I am doing a reading, because I was pulled to do it, I was overexcited to do it. So I was like, okay, God, I don't know what you have in store for us. But I was sitting outside and I was getting grounded to do this reading, and I was sitting in the sun. And these two people came walking in front of me with a Target. They were like with a little Target cart, and they had their because I live in the city, they had like their little shopping cart, like the little cart, and they had like all their Target bags. So they had all their blessings in that bag, right? And this man was low key skipping because he found two things. He got him an air fryer, and he was so excited about his air fryer, and he found a baseball in the middle of the street. And I was sitting there and I was like, that's great. Yes, God, yes. And he was telling me about all of his blessings and how he made his financial plan to live in Los Angeles by doing what he loved. And he was like, you know what, I like to, find things, discover them, and sell them. And I was like, that's great. And as I am listening to this man, because I was asking God for about something very specific, and God is the God of clarity. So I was asking him about like what helped him change his mind and helped him succeed. And he said, I had to change my mind. And as I was listening to this man, trumpets were playing in the background. And trumpets in our tarot are the judgment cards. And the judgment card is to not judge yourself, yes, but it's also to answer the call of your soul. So I was sitting there and I was like, I just don't know what to do. And the answer came to me, like literally, a lady bumped into me and I backed up and she had a YouTube t-shirt on and I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, that's cute. What a coincidence. And then I was talking to his wife, the man, and his wife was like, well, my dad's a preacher and he has a show on YouTube. And I was like, okay, we'll start a YouTube channel. So today is my first YouTube, and it's also my first simultaneous Instagram. So as we are looking at what is God asking us to do, one of the biggest things that I'm learning in the summer solstice, as well as moving here to California, is we're being asked to slow down and process, yes, our past, leave our past in the past, but be present with the gifts of presence. So when we are present with the gift of presence, we are activating the law of attraction. And the law of attraction says what you think about, you're about to be about. So that's just really, really simple. So in our summer solstice spread, we all have the King Midas touch. We're being asked to be so present with ourselves that we're not missing opportunities that we're asking God for. So if you're asking God for money, money is asking for you. So you need to be mindful, present, and aware about where and how you're treating your gifts, treating your money. So remember, money is energy. So if you're asking for a boo thing or some love, okay, cool. How are you treating yourself? Because you are a mirror. So whatever you are asking for, it is also asking for you. It's Rumi 101. So when we are in a solstice, when we're in the halfway mark, when we're in the in-between state where the past is gone and the future really has not been really created, what do? Is we're being asked to be mindful, present, and aware with ourselves and start co-creating with our higher power to make things, to allow things to align. And so you can be in agreement with God's will for you today. All right. Open mouth, exhale, surrender, and let go. Allow yourself to grieve the past as you're present with your future. Remember, whatever you plan today dictates your tomorrow, so make sure that you're present in today. And it always starts with your breath. I'm going to start with my eyes closed. Be clear, be mindful. If you were somewhere where you cannot close your eyes, please do not do that, okay? So I'm going to close my eyes if that's not comfortable for you or available. Allow your sight to go to your nose or just stare directly at something that's not moving. which is not me. So I'm going to close my eyes. And for some reason, something is telling me to lean in. So I'm going to allow myself to be supported by my arms and by my legs in the chair. Open mouth, exhale, surrender and let go. And focus. Where are my feet planted? Take a full breath in through your nose. Feel your belly, feel your chest, feel and feel your lungs. Allow your rib cage to expand on the inside of your triceps and allow your belly to get full as if you just eaten your favorite meal. Allow that breath to hold you at the top and sip up a little bit more air. Open mouth, exhale, surrender and let go. Again, take a fuller, deeper, bigger breath. In through your nose, feel your belly, feel your chest, feel and feel your lungs. Allow your rib cage to expand on the inside of your triceps and allow your belly to become full. Hold that breath at the top. Open mouth, surrender. Exhale and let go. Last full breath cycle together. Take a fuller, more intentional breath in through your nose. Feel your belly, feel your chest, feel and feel your lungs. But now with your favorite color. My current favorite color right now is a nice chambray blue, better known as denim. So take a full breath in. I'm going to breathe in my favorite chambray. Holding that breath at the top. And on your exhale that color out. Allow your lungs to empty at the bottom. And allow your favorite color to create a boundary around you. And as you see your favorite color around you, whether it's the chambray blue or your favorite color, allow that to be your boundaries and to keep you grounded and protected and safe. Know that whatever is not allowed in that beyond that color will not come in. Whatever is allowed to come into that bubble will come in. You are always guided and protected. Open your eyes. All right, let's get this reading started. I'm also going to sit down on the ground because that feels better. All right. All right. No, you can't see me. Okay, no problem. We'll do it this way. Okay. All right, Spirit, thank you so much for bringing me and everyone on this live together. Please show me what I need to see for the highest good of us all. What new opportunities? Let's see. What new opportunities have emerged over the spring? Clear, concise messages for the highest good of us all. So what new well, hell, listen, I like it for us. So what new opportunities have emerged over the spring? We have the Devil card, and we also have the Seven of Swords. God, thank you for bringing all of us together on this live. Please show me what I need to see. Only clear, concise messages for the highest good of us all. Okay, so the first thing I see is Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Metatron is the author of your Akashic record. So he was once a human. His name was Enoch in the Bible, and he got some supernatural favor, and God made him an angel. And because of that supernatural favor and God making him an angel, he was able to go and start doing protections and starting to allow people to course correct. And that is what we are beginning to fuck around and find out when it comes to our new opportunities that have emerged over the spring. When we have the Devil card and we also have the Seven of Swords, we have divine inspiration to surrender, to let go, to liberate ourselves from thought processes that kept us safe and stuck. Because sometimes our stagnation comes from self-will run riot. When we have self-will run riot, that means we're doing all the things on our own. We're running on this hamster wheel of faith. Like, yes, fantastic adventures, trusting your higher self is always great. Trust your higher power, yes. But when we're on this hamster wheel of success, or this hamster wheel of not resting, or just this hamster wheel of trying to win, all we're doing is creating and recreating the same cycle over and over and over, when we're asking God for relief, for expansion. So what new opportunities have emerged over the spring is now we know. Now we are clear about what got us fucked up with somebody else. That's literally what we're clear about. We are very clear on the thoughts, the people, the places, the things, the situations, stagnation, what kept us back. But now we know what you skip will trip you up later. So a lot of us are now willing to face it, willing to face our truth, willing to face our abundance, willing to face anything that is keeping us stuck, anything that is keeping us in a rut. We're now willing to face that truth and use that truth to set us free. And when the truth sets you free, there's nothing wrong. You can leave the past in the past and recognize, okay, some of these habits, some of these things that I used to do used to keep me safe. And I'm so grateful for that past version of me. Now I'm better able and better decisive because I know who I am and whose I am. I have my boundaries. I have my core values. And I'm going to start putting those into action. And because of all of that, you're now able to move forward and now co-create your own opportunities with your higher power, because you know your power, you know your worth, you know whose you are. And because of that, there's a bigger willingness to move forward. There's a bigger willingness to take courageous steps, no matter what it takes. Just push play. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what the biggest thing that can keep people back, especially when procrastination can hold people back, because you know what to expect. You know that if I don't do it, this is going to happen. But now be on the other side of it. If I do it, if I do follow just this one little, have that little mustard seed of faith, something bigger can come out of it. I don't know what it is, but I trust you, God. And those are the opportunities that have emerged during the spring, is ending cycles, ending thought processes, ending anything that kept you in stagnation. That is what we have emerged. And now we're in the Mercury season. Mercury is about communication. Now we are taking more stock, more value in our routines, in our rituals, in our habits, and our patterns of how we are communicating. And also, how are we entering relationships? Are we entering relationships as a savior? Because that is one of my things that I'm guilty of. Or are we entering relationships, as a hopeless romantic, as a child, like what are you entering relationships with, the whole of you or a part of you? Are you putting on an act, or are you being who you're meant to be in this world? And those are the inspirations that are coming up for us to start deading and start putting more intentional work into our value system and our value plans, because what you value values you. That's where money comes from. Money is an energy, so money wants you too. So a lot of people come to me for my romances and finances. Would you date you? Would you pay you for the gifts and operational skills that you have? So if you cannot answer those questions, it's very important to make sure that you know the answers to them. So when you know the answers to the test and you're being put to the test, when you put yourself out there, you know what to do and how to do it. And that's how you co-create your own opportunities, because you know when, you know what, and you know how. But you also want to also leave your gangsta up to the Lord, or you want to leave your how up to God. It's always a pleasant surprise. It's always something better than you could ever imagine. All right, number 2, how can the collective bring their current projects into fruition? The first thing I'm hearing is trust, believe, and receive that these projects are even worthy of being produced. Because once you do that, there goes this, look at here, I like this. Don't second guess yourself to death. So how can you bring your current projects into fruition? We have the ace. I'm gonna set the Ace of Lovers. We have the Lovers card. We have the Six of Swords, and we also have the Two of Swords. Don't second guess yourself to death. Just do it. Be on your Nike sign, okay? Just jump. Just do it. It'll always come out the way you planned it to be, or even better. And how do you plan it to be? You didn't plan it. You just pushed. You just took action. So how can you bring your current actions into fruition, projects into fruition? Take inspired action. When you know how, when you're in indecision. It is a decision not to decide. But when you start moving things from your heart center and you start recognizing, you know what? The gift is receiving. And if I am a gift, I'm gifted. Player. If I'm a gift, I'm worthy to be received. And that's how we're going to start getting our projects out into fruition and start talking to yourself as if you were the gift that you've been waiting for your entire life. Start to believe that your project, start to believe that you are exactly what you're looking for. Because sometimes when we are doing projects, we have to remember that life is a group project and also life is a solution. That we don't want life to dictate us. So what we are being asked to do is to slow down and recognize that we also materialize our surroundings. So what you skip will trip you up later. What you think goes. So in order to bring your projects into fruition, we got to go from a victim mindset to a champion mindset to an abundant mindset. So it's a lot about reprogramming your inner child. I call it default settings. It's a lot of going back to the drawing board and recognizing that some of your thoughts, words, and behaviors really don't belong to you. And they belong to your society. They belong to your tribe. They belong to your family. And once you start to get clear on your boundaries, and what does it mean to be clear on your boundaries? How do I want to be received? How do I want to receive others? What is okay? What is my no and what is my yes? Stay in that shit. Because when you know who you are and whose you are, when you're in tune with your star player in the mirror, can't nothing strip you. But it's about changing your mindset from fear to love, from a victim mindset to a champion mindset. That means no matter what, you win. No matter what, you win. So it's important that you watch your mind and watch what you say, because what you say goes. So if you're not taking action on what God is showing you to do, you are asking God to not bless you and to keep whatever blessing, whatever it is, it's just going to stay in that. I hate the dingleberry word, but it's gonna stay in like that mid drip. It won't go anywhere. It's just gonna stay stagnant. What happens to stagnation? Mold grows on it, like stuff starts getting attracted to it. So make sure that you are also cleaning and clearing out your desk. And that means your personal desk. Like your personal desk is your heart and are your hips. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, making sure that you're drinking fruits and eating yes, drink your fruits and vegetables, but also eat fruits and vegetables that have a lot of water in them. Because the more hydrated you are, the more supported you are, the more that things will flow through you, and there's going to be more movement. You can go with the flow. You can go with the flow a lot better. But it's all about trusting your heart. It's about trusting your heart and allowing the Most High God to see through it. And also those emotional clearings, because sometimes we have emotional blocks that will keep us from our highest good as well. Number 3, what is expanding in your life right now? Clear and concise messages for the highest good of us all. What is expanding in the collective's life right now? All right, that's interesting. So we have the 3 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. We're finding opportunities to be released from the harbored resentments of being interdependent, or being happy, joyous, and free. What is showing up right now is we're actually being asked to be nurtured and nourished while we are being triggered by our wounds. And I also see the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles are about missed options and missed opportunities. It's about feeling left out in the cold. It's about abandonment and rejection. So why is that expanding in our lives right now? Because those are the wounds that are coming up to be healed. And what a blessing that in the summer solstice, because the sun is going to illuminate to us what is holding us back or what is bringing us joy. So what I love about this, because I was like, those are very heavy cards to have. What is expanding in our life right now? So if this terror and turmoil about your independence and about being free is expanding in your life. The only reason why it's shown up is for it to be healed, for it to be surrendered. And sometimes I think that what holds us back is we think we have to do all the work right now. And we can actually pace this out. We can actually ask for forgiveness and rather than permission. And I think that that's what's also being expanded in our lives, is to go for it and to pull back when it's time to pull back. But right now, we're being asked to take inspired action and to start setting our hearts forward. And yes, you can have a single and independent lifestyle, but it's better to think that it's an interdependent lifestyle. So you have something or someone of a higher power to lean back on. So to reverberate any negative repercussions of trusting yourself, recognize that you are always being looked out for. There's a spiritual eye always looking out for you. And that even if you are trusting your third eye, even if you are trusting your intuition, there's still going to be things that your higher self is going to ask you to walk through in order for you to learn it. So that test can be a testimony. So recognize that some of our hardships that we're walking through right now, these blocks, are also the way through. So allow these challenges to support you in your next endeavor, because there's no mountain that hasn't been climbed, but someone has to go take that first step and climb it. And there's a gospel song that I love so much. It's called it's called "The Rough Side of the Mountain." And the lady in the gospel song says, "I'd rather come up on the rough side of the mountain because there's something to hold on to." And people want to go down the easier, softer way or the smoother way. And yes, there's a path of least resistance, but it's about separating ourselves from the guilt and the shame of surviving, of thriving through some very difficult times, and allowing ourselves to be shown the way, even if it's scary, even if it's difficult. It's okay to go through these difficult times, because why not? Why not you? Why not you go through this? Because you have the power, you have the fortitude, you are gaining the strength to turn around and help somebody else. So you're not being set back, you're being set up for success. Just value your time and value your energy wisely, because upon beyond a shadow of a doubt, God always has your back. God is always going to provide for you. All you need to do is pay attention, be mindful, present, and aware, and be where you're supposed to be. Pay attention to the signs. There's God is always talking, but it's about how are you listening, how are you receiving this information, how are you receiving this energy, and how are you using that energy in order to move forward. It's important that we know that we are all in forward movement. We are being asked to be less judgmental about how things look and stop procrastinating and trying to get everything perfect. Like, listen, like today, listen, I live in a place where the ocean be oceaning, okay? She does her thing. So my hair is always frizzy. I want to have perfect straight hair. God is like, I'm so sorry. You have curly hair. And if I have air and water steaming up his bitch at all times, you gonna have frizzy curly hair until you stop straightening it. And I'm like, oh. So also remember the weather. Remember your natural state of being. So sometimes you can try to, I'm going to use that example. Sometimes we're going to try to press our hair, and this is not the environment. This is not where we need to be trying to be or do something that we're not. God is always going to bless who you presently are. So who you authentically are is going to get the blessing. So therefore, my authentically curly hair is getting the blessing. Therefore, my authentic self is getting the blessing. Like, listen, I actually look like myself now. And I had to allow myself to go through certain cities, certain trials and tribulations, certain things in my life. Oh my God, is one of my favorite people. Hi, hi. So anyway, so when you are not trying to prove yourself and trying to be perfect all the time, when you just allow yourself to be and do what's in front of you, you will have those miracles. But you have to be present with yourself. It's called having present miracles, having presence. Be on your Kanye. Your presence is a presence. Okay. We have some influx going on, but I hope that this is resonating. All right. And then all right. Number 4, what blessing is collective receiving? Clear, concise messages for the highest good of us all. What blessings are the collective receiving? The sun, happiness, peace, prosperity, and abundance. Listen, that was very easy. That's the blessing. Presence. Ooh. And the divine wisdom. I love it. We're getting a hand up. We're getting divine wisdom for our Midas touch. So how can we use it? And I'm going to say, because I see the high priestess peeking out, it's about asking the right questions and sitting down and allowing yourself to be still and receive the answer. Even if the answer is something you ain't trying to fuck with, that is the answer. But it's about obeying the message. So we can pray all day, we can talk to God all day, because it's a two-way conversation. Praying is the invocation, praying to the spirit, praying, asking, sitting down and meditating and receiving part 2. Part 3 is obeying the message, doing what the prayer said to do, reaching out to the person God told you to reach out to, say something, or not say something. Remember that you all have free will, but what is really showing up is your truth will set you free. Your divine wisdom is going to set you free. But how do you get wise? You must walk through something. You must go through the challenge. The only way around it is through it. So if you were still going through something, you were still learning the answers. And if you're actually on the other side of it, you have the answer. And sometimes the best way to not second guess our gift is to share. Share what you heard. Share what you've gone through. Just feel propelled to pause, collaborate, and listen, and recognize the best way to turn knowledge into wisdom is to share your experience. Your experience is your hope. Hearing other people's experiences also sets you free because it's giving you something to ground down on. It's giving you something to inspire you to move forward to the next step. No matter what that looks like, it's always around you. Just push play. Just put one foot in front of the other. Just pick up the phone and ask. Pick up the phone and call, because all you could ever get is a voice message, or voice memo. Your call can go straight to voice message. You be left on red, and you can just get a whole ass no. That's the worst that could happen. That's the other shoe that dropped. But please don't drop the shoe on yourself. Please don't give up on yourself before you even try. All right? Denying is not trying. Okay. Number 5, what fulfills the collective? Clear, concise messages for the highest good of us all. What fulfills the collective?
So when the model loads on this thing, really fast, the model small takes forever to load. And the reason small takes forever to load is because shit, like the process is slower.
Sorry, I just keep hearing still processing. That's funny. That is what fulfills the collective, still processing. We have the 4 of cups with the ace of cups at the bottom of the deck. So we're still moving to stagnation. We are still trying to find what fills our cup, and I think that our divine portal of existence, where we are right now, is we are missing what's in front of us. That's the point. Everything that you're asking for, everything is at your fingertips. Everything is right in front of you. But we're not having a plain view of sight because we're using too many things in the free world, in this man's world, to block our blessings, because we're not even sure what fulfills us because there's too many options. And what's happening is we're so focused on the past and so focused on what happened yesterday, or so focused on how this bitch got me fucked up with somebody else, that we're not able to see that the true existence is the presence of being happy, joyous, and free in the present moment. So when you are present, God is going to fulfill that cup. He's actually going to magnify that cup so you can see it in plain sight, and then grab that hoe and keep it and chop it. But you got to drink from your own cup. So also, whatever fulfills you, you need to allow that bitch to feel you. You got to allow it to fill you all the way up to the point of abundance. You always want to give from an overflow, okay? So fill yourself all the way up. When you buy more, you save more. That's just literally what I saw. So, okay. And also when you buy in bulk, you save the difference. So also when you overfill your cup, you're also saving the difference. That means you can also save for a friend. You can also save another person, because you're existing in this unwavering faith that no matter what happens, God is on my side. No matter what happens, I'm always going to get my just due. No matter what happens, abundance is all around me. All I got to do is ask, believe, and receive. But sometimes we are receiving miracles that we don't even take into account. I woke up this morning. I have food on my food in my belly. I have clothes on my back. I have people who love me, or I perceive to love me. So there are so many things that we are skipping, the small things, that is beginning to block the big things. So also count the small blessings, because those will also fulfill you as well. Oh my God, we got our last card. Oh my God. Okay, but I'm going to tell you this. A little Page of Wands has a little message, and I hear is don't worry about how long, just worry about how strong you get. When the universe is at your fingertips, when the world is at your fingertips, when the world is your oyster, if you went out there and could not fail, what would you do? This is no longer a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal. We're out here really doing this, okay? The dress rehearsal is already done. The dress rehearsal is when God showed you what to do. The dress rehearsal is when you thought about it. The dress rehearsal is when you got that idea. The dress rehearsal is when you got the inspiration to apply for that job. That dress rehearsal is when you were divinely guided to do something. That's the dress rehearsal. Action, bitch. Do it. Just do it. Because you never know what's going to come about when you are authentically who you're meant to be. When you stand proud and strong. And when you keep it 10 toes down for who you are and not who you think you are. That's the blessing. That is what is going to get the gift. So remember, you are the gift. You are the gift certificate. You are the blessing. If you're looking for the job is looking for you. Value what you bring to the table, because when you value what you bring to the table, you stable, Mabel. You got this. You got this. All you got to do is sit down and not only pray, but when we have the emperor, it's about putting practical steps. When you got this number 4, you got the Frenchy 4. Okay, these cards said we just going to do it just like this. This also answers the last question: how can I shine in this world? Show up and be big and bold, but also find balance, find emotional balance, find financial balance, find spiritual balance, find physical balance. The best way that you can balance your head and your heart is to start to trust your gut. It's regulating your nervous system. And I know that's such a buzzword right now. And I'm actually overwhelmed by seeing it so much to the point where it's a thing. And when you have a regulated nervous system, that means your head, your heart, and your stomach, your gut are in alignment. That means that you are better aligned to do your divine assignment. When you have a regulated nervous system, you're going to actually learn about your soma. Your soma is your body. So when you started having certain body aches, those are triggers. Those triggers are for you to start to move forward because your body has history. And because your body has history, we are all blessings. And some of us don't recognize that we are blessings. And because we are also historical data to even our own families, even our friendships, our bodies hold so much that might be stuck in place in what we call a parasympathetic mode. Parasympathetic mode, or freeze or fawn, is when we are in digestion mode to the point that we are frozen. And I feel like a lot of us are in functional freeze. And functional freeze means you're just pushing through some shit. And when you were pushing through, sometimes you get so tired that you're missing what's in front of you. So in order to stop skipping what you're tripping, don't wait for later. You cannot save some things for later. If it's on your heart, start it now. If it's on your mind, write it down. It's part of the grind. It is hard to listen or to hear when you have a lot of things going on. So it's very important to be clear about what boundaries do I need to set with myself, for myself, in order to operate at a higher standard. And that's going to start to look at, what do I need to give death to? Because everyone has a certain death certificate, because every version of ourselves, every era of ourselves has a beginning and an ending. But in order for that to happen, something had to piss you off. Someone had to get you fucked up with somebody else. Something had to happen. Some betrayal had to happen. Some self-betrayal, something outside of you had to happen. Because spiritual awakening, this pain is a touchstone of all spiritual awakening. Something had to get you fucked up with someone else in order for you to change. That's why it's important. That's why I'm having to head to fucking Phoenix, Arizona. That's why Phoenix is very important, because we have to burn. We have to burn. Some parts of us have to be burned and pissed off and hurt so bad that that part of you can't come back. You can't act like that no more. And that's the presence of the gift of pleasure. There is pain and pleasure, but the gift is being able to receive the blessing of the lesson and to incorporate that and integrate that into your body in order for you to move forward unencumbered. Unencumbered is without debt, without grief, without guilt, without shame. When you hold your head up high and know whose you are and whose you are, can't nobody talk shit about you, because you already know about you. You can receive feedback all day, but it's about applying that feedback, because we can have people say certain things to us about us all day, every day. And it can be great. And then there's going to be one thing that someone says that's not so great. You can hold on to it. How about you just get information? And that's just what that shit is. It's information. What you do with it is what you do with it. Just like these readings. What you do with it is what you do with it. If it resonated with you, keep that shit. If it did not resonate with you, don't make life too hard for you. This shit is simple. Breathe in, breathe out, get you some water, procrastinate a little bit. Don't procrastinate a lot. Think about yourself. Think about, how do I want to be perceived in this world, and how do I want to receive this world? How does my higher power, how does my most high receive me and perceive me? And how can I take that energy and take it upon myself and shine bright? Because now we're being asked to shine brighter than any bitch out here. Because the more that we shine our light, yes, we will attract bugs that bite. Yes. But that is not an excuse for you not to be who you are and whose you are. This is about opening your hand to abundance. This is about saying yes and not second guessing God's best. You are God's best, so do not second guess. Any gift that God gave you is yours. All right. The eagle has landed. What a blessing, what a gift to be able to give this reading. And actually did it in record time. I'm proud of myself. So thank y'all so much for joining me on this reading. It was a blessing and beyond to read for almost at the full moon. The full moon is on Friday, and I'll give another full moon reading here on Instagram and also here on YouTube. Stay safe out there in my playlist because everyone has audacity. So make sure that you are audacious too and set your boundaries and set your goals. And make sure that you know what your wish fulfillment is, how it's emotional fulfillment. So do your emotional to-dos. How do I want to feel? And whatever is being revealed to you through this summer solstice to be healed, it's not to set you back, it's to set you up for success. Remember that God is always in the details. God is a God of clarity. So if there's chaos in your life, ask God to come up in there because that chaos is helping you break down and destroy the weak foundations that kept you stuck. So recognize that when you ask God for something and you are in prayer, and there's a practice in prayer, there's also a process and progress in prayer. So there's always a breakdown before there's a breakthrough. So hallelujah, we don't made it to the end, so you can begin again.
So basically,
all right, how was that for reading for y'all? Thank y'all so much. Do not second guess God's best for you. I love that. That is just the takeaway message I got. Please look at the description box below for my website and the opportunities to work with me one-on-one, not only for nervous system yoga, also to book your almost forgot, like, what do I do for a living? To book your personal readings with me. My website is www.addison-prescott.com. I start my readings at 45 minutes, and they go from 45, 60, 80, and 90 minutes. They're all on a sliding scale. So if you made it this far, put your favorite emoji in the comment box. And also, buy me a cup of coffee. They all start at $5. And they all the information is down in the comment box below. If you made it this far, put your favorite emoji down there. And remember, you're a star. You're the baddest bitch for watching, so thank you so much. Oh, I forgot. Your generous donations of $2.75 help me get a matcha. Your fabulous and generous donations of $5 a month help me get a cold brew. Your generous and fabulous, awesome, delightful donations of $22.22 not only help me keep these lives going, but they also help me continue to read on a sliding scale. All right, now put another emoji in there. I don't care what it is. Just put your emoji in the comment box. I love you. Thank you for watching. Satnam.